The whole journey of driving down the coast is what I think of when I try to describe what this album sounds like to someone. You see the cliffs, you see the Pacific Ocean.
And everything I love to find.
We were fortunate enough to get connected with Sean. Definitely knows what he wants to hear.
It was almost an exercise in the possible, in that we really didn't have a lot of limits on what we had to do. We didn't have a lot of limits on time, and we could record in all these different places however we wanted to.
And on this record, we broke it up the way records used to get made. You'd have a side A, then you'd turn it over, and you'd have a side B.
I think Lucky Drive's the first honest glimpse of our band's sound.
Our love of my life, I get lost in the evening. I sit here talking to the ceiling. I get a rush from the feeling that someday you'll come home.
Flower Bones is a pretty cool song, partially because, you know, the way that it started was nothing like the song really sounds today.
We sat back one night and we all had that moment where you look and you just know that it's like, this is not working.
I remember driving over the Bay Bridge headed towards the studio and calling Brian and just saying, hey, we got a session in a half hour and I think we need to completely redo the intro.
I told Kurt that I had an idea, which I did. The only idea was let's use a keyboard. All of a sudden, within an hour, this whole new intro was on, and
Then it was, oh my God, the lead vocal doesn't work over this anymore. Kurt, we gotta go rewrite the first verse.
Kurt was already going away thinking about a melody for it, and you know, it was just, it happened in like 2 hours and the song completely changed. It wasn't anything that we could have done in a rehearsal space. It had to happen in the studio.
You know, Flower Bones really kind of became the anthem to Lucky Drive.
Someday you'll come home. We are the righteous and the wrong mistakes. We are the fever that will never break.
Receiver's one of my favorite songs on the album because it has a really uplifting pop chorus, but what the song's actually about. It's just that time in a person's life when you have this core group of friends, and then, you know, all of a sudden people are getting jobs in different parts of the country and moving away, and as time goes by, you know, just faces change, everybody's lives just keep moving forward, and what the song's really about is just kind of living in the moment.
When you can. Receiver, I'm your true believer. Give me some direction tonight.
When we were writing our first batch of songs, it was just turn the amps up, put your earplugs in, and rock out. Now it's, let's really craft this part. Let's play around with, 10 different beats. How's this gonna sound on a record?
Switch is kind of a song that's just straight up one alley, very radio friendly. It's got a great hook. And it's also a cool song that David and I get to do a lot more of rhythm section work on.
Switch is one of my favorite songs on the album, I think, just because it has just such a sing-song chorus, and it's got a great guitar riff, and I think came through the recording process just great.
I think there's a really good opportunity for bands that sound like us right now, because we grew up listening to music in the 90s that was called alternative rock. The way the industry's gone, that sound has become alternative again, and it's not the mainstream. It's alternative to get out there and write a pure expression of what you want to sound like and not listen to anybody and not listen to the marketplace. It's just four guys coming together in a room, making the music that they want to make, and nobody's telling them what to do. And so there's a real purity about this record.
Yeah, Lucky Drive is evidence of what four guys can do in a room that share a love of music.
I think that, the songs, we really took them as far as we could take them.
Knowing that we're playing the material that is the best we've ever done, it's a rush playing the Lucky Drive.
In times like these we love.